Hi everybody, my name is Barry Schwartz and this is a Search Buzz video recap. Today is Friday, April 11th, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Roundtable at seroundtable.com. Before I start, questions for you. One is, how's the sound quality? Do you want me to get an external mic? Two is, I guess I should get better lighting, so I don't know, I keep forgetting to bring in some light bulbs, but I will in the future, so definitely leave your feedback on that. Let's get into the search news. Big news this week, Google AdWords. There were rumors one day that Google AdWords would actually change. This week there were rumors started by AJ. That Google AdWords is going to go not provided. Those rumors were actually true. Specifically around Google AdWords is not going to pass referrer data from the click on the search results page to your analytics tools, to your referred, to your web server, to your log files, and so forth. The referred data, that referrer string, would not pass just like it does not pass in organic. You still could get that data from the API. You still could get it from the AdWords reports in the AdWords console. And there's also a way of using value click with obviously dynamic keyword insertion to actually get it as well. Talking about that kind of annoys me because I think that's kind of like a hypocritical thing, because the whole purpose behind Google not passing this referrer data is so that nobody can pick up on it, like the NSA or somebody else cannot pick up on that click, so that they don't use that to track back what person actually clicked on that link. Now, if you could pass it along in a clear URL by using value track or other parameters, maybe I'm misunderstanding this, then technically, even though it's not exactly that keyword, it's the search ads keyword, it's very similar, technically somebody could actually pick it up, pull it through. So Google should either disable that or enable it only over SSL, which they obviously won't do over SSL for some reason. Anyway, that's the AdWords stuff. On the SEO side, Matt Cutts went ahead and announced that Google has penalized 7 different link networks in Japan, Japanese link networks, over the past few months. He said it over here this week, past few months, so nobody really picked up on it necessarily, but it definitely has happened over the past few months. And this is obviously Google going after lots of international spam link networks, including link networks in Spain, Italy, Germany, in places such as, I think, Poland, and other places around the world, as well as some larger networks as well in France and stuff like that. So Google has definitely been upping their ante in terms of link networks across the world. This was interesting. Matt Cutts responded to a tweet this week talking about, basically saying, and I'll read it to you, basically saying, you still have a very mild case of penguin. You have a mild case of penguin. Obviously algorithms, most of us know, who watch this video, know how algorithms work, and you can be affected by penguin, panda, and stuff like that, and those levels of how you're impacted ranges based on the other factors of the algorithm. Now, it's funny for him to say you have a very mild case of penguin. Obviously that's Google confirming that there are different levels of penguin, and that's something it's nice to have on record. So we have that now on record. So I asked Matt Cutts, it's a follow-up question to a video he posted about, sometimes he has to actually research the answers to his videos. So obviously Matt Cutts does these almost daily videos answering people's SEO questions. And he mentioned sometimes he has to research it. So I asked him, how often does he have to research questions based off of what people are asking him to give the answer? And he said basically about 10% of the time. Then I asked him again, here's he's saying about 10% of the time, and typically you could tell when he gets answers because those videos tend to be longer. And then I asked him again, all right, you know 90% of the questions being asked, obviously that's not the algorithm. How much of the algorithm do you have in your brain? And he didn't respond to that. But it would be interesting to know. Matt Cutts also said this week that not all manual actions are ranking to motions. So he said this in regards over here. He says depends. Not every manual action gives a ranking to motion. Sometimes they just go ahead and distrust the outgoing links. I experienced this directly with when I sold links on my site, that being with my link scandal, which you can read about by going to this blog post. But yeah, obviously not all manual actions do lead to ranking to motions. That's something we know. Microsoft Bing is testing a new Bing design. Let me just show you two. Basically, the main changes are the logo. It's not gray, it's yellow. You can see another design. The search button here will be yellow, orange as well. The black bar here turns white, and the sidebar over here, which is gray, is actually white as well, and here you can see that those changes. So Bing's testing this. I like it a lot more actually, this new design. We'll see if they actually release it. Google is testing removing the actual video thumbnail from the search results and showing a little play timestamp and video length button. I like this a lot more. I'm surprised Google's even testing this, but I guess it makes sense for them to test different things and see how that goes. Google has added more business schema features to rich snippets, specifically adding phone numbers, hours, and menus, restaurant menus. So if you do a search for like Nest customer service, you'll get the phone number for the customer service. And specifically, they added customer service for different department numbers. They added business opening hours for specific locations or departments within the store. And they also added restaurant menus. And you can learn more about that on our blog post at SEOroundtable.com. Google AdWords has changed the way they handle or enable you to actually do conversion tracking by call length. So now you can set up different parameters for reporting and conversion tracking based off of a call being done for maybe less than 30 seconds and a call being done for maybe over 60 seconds. You can have different types of reporting based off of that. Google Analytics made it easier to link your AdWords accounts, so you can actually do faster linking. Here's the screenshot. Just check off what you want to link, and it's really quick to do, which is obviously a good thing. On Tuesday, April 15th, tax day, Google Glass said any U.S. resident who wants to go ahead and purchase Glass could do so, starting at 9 o'clock for the first until the quantities expire, meaning only limited availability. That happens to be also Passover, and in the U.S., all the observant Jews, including myself, will be offline. So if I didn't own Google Glass and I wanted to buy it, I would be out of luck because I can't make any transactions on those days, nor can I turn on my computer. Anyway, if you want and you're not Jewish or whatever, and you want to go ahead and buy Google Glass for $1,500 plus tax, go ahead and do so on the 15th. Finally, today, there's our logo for Percy Lavon Julian, who was one of the first African-American chemists that really recognized for his work. He received a doctorate, one of the first chemists, African Americans to receive a doctorate in chemistry, and also he had major breakthroughs in the field, specifically around a lot of chemical synthesis around plants and also human hormones. So you can see the cool logo here, and you could actually go to it on your homepage, on the Google homepage in the US. And the thing stopped showing, but you could go to it on the Google homepage and see it on there. So anyway, thanks so much for listening to the Search Buzz video recap. My name again is Barry Schwartz, and this is the search news we covered over at the Search Roundtable at SERoundtable.com. Everyone have a great weekend, and feel free to give me input. I'm not sure where it went. Hopefully that won't happen again in the future. But again, thanks again for listening, and have a great weekend. That was the April 11th, 2014 edition of the Search Buzz video recap. Bye.